Alright, thank you very much for joining me. This is Metamorphic Force for arcade. This is for the Tubers High Score Challenge, and I see a few people. Actually, no, I think a couple of people have put their scores up on this already. I cannot get my controller to work for this. I don't know what's going on, so I had to use the old keyboard, and it didn't really go that well. So I got to I tried all four of the characters, which is pretty cool. This game is it looks great. It's like a sideways scrolling beat 'em up, and you pick one of the four characters there, and then you get like these little statues, and you turn into a some kind of like beast man or something like that. This guy turns. I think this guy I got the farthest with. I think the rest of them I was just playing around, but this guy got to the second stage and all that. So it's quite difficult with the old keyboard. Not as easy with the joypad. So what happened to my joypad was my girlfriend's rabbit. He bit it, or he ate the wire, and it's stuck on vibrate, and it won't. It works for some games, but it won't work for all the games, which is really weird. But yeah, what can you do? So this one, you're fighting all lizard men. This seems to be some sort of like a Greek themed game, which is always awesome. And you just basically just keep whopping people, go to the right. Yeah, and then you can jump into them as well and collect various objects, which is always helpful in one of these beat 'em up games. But this is the best thing when you do this, when you turn into the Minotaur thing. That's class. That's what's really really makes the game cool. It's kind of a bit like a better version of Altered Beast, I guess. A lot better. I don't really think Altered Beast is that good, but I guess if you grew up with it, you'd probably like it. This one is deadly. But I really enjoyed playing this game. This is a welcomed change from the usual sort of shooting games. So it takes a few minutes to figure this out though, because you've got at the top left of the screen you've got your player, and then I think the number is your health, and then the flashy bar is how much time you've got left with in monster form, I think. So the object of this challenge is to defeat as many enemies as you can, and the other number, the one in blue, that's the enemies that you've defeated. So the object is to defeat as many enemies as possible. I'm just coming up to the boss here. Actually, this boss is pretty cool. This whole game is it's so well done, and I love the setting. The sort of, I think it's Greek anyway. Yeah, it's really well done. This boss is pretty easy actually. You gotta walk up and down. Can't really hit you if you just keep walking up and down. Although he probably will hit me. That's awesome. We get the special thing where it just flies around the screen. That's great. And energy. And this guy drops another invincible thing. That's that drawer. That's a good way to. So it's this game is extremely, the first level is very, very easy, and then it gets like super hard. It's probably not that hard if you have a controller. I'm not using it as an excuse or anything, but I don't imagine it would be as difficult with a controller, or if I had more time to practice, but it gets super hard on the second stage for some reason. You don't really spend a lot of time in human form either, because there's enough power-ups. I don't know, maybe the rest of the game you do, but there's enough power-ups to stay in like the beast form. I'm trying to just edge the screen over a little bit to the right, so just like one set of enemies come, kill them, and then move on to the next set. Otherwise, if you jump too far, you get a load of them come in. These kind of Blanca guys. Yeah, those guys who spin across the area are Blanca. Brilliant. That's your word. You just walk into him to grab him. I don't know if you can throw them behind you. This guy. Oh, he's like Bret Hart against Goldberg. He just got a big thing on his chest. That's the wrong time to use that. Should have waited until the next group of enemies come on the screen. I think grabbing them grabbing them by the nether regions and squeezing for all it's worth. But yeah, the last few challenges have been pretty cool actually, because The last one was well, I can't remember what it was, but it wasn't. I don't think it was a shooter. Maybe it was a shooter. But there was also Ridge Racer, which I really enjoyed because I never played. I never played it before, but I played the later ones on PSP and all that. And yeah, the first one is super difficult, but quite enjoyed doing a few rounds of it. Had the controller working for that, which was a godsend. So I think I'm going to end up buying something so that I can use my Xbox controller or my PlayStation 3 or 4 controller with the computer. I think you have to get a dongle or something. I'm not really too sure. I looked it up there before this, see if I could get it working, but I'd have to buy something off eBay apparently to get it working. Purchase. So here's where I don't think I got to the boss actually. Oh, we're going to go back to human. No! I don't want to be human, I want to be a muscly Minotaur guy. That's sweet. Or Minotaur. That's just different coloured blankets. Almost dead. I'm back to a measly human. Wow, that took a lot of energy off me. Well, that's it. So I got 70. So I'll just put in the old initials there. Only room for 3 initials in this game. No second L there. Yeah, I need super concentration for this because I think if you make a mistake you can't go back a letter. Right, there we go. So 70. I don't know. I give it a go anyway. Thanks very much for watching and happy high score challenging. Adios. All the best. Bye.